And this is only -1/-1. Ugh. We can still exile it with the Kaya. What does this do? Let's just do it. I want to do it so bad. Let's do it. No, 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 no. Oh, man. Hello everybody, my name's Kyle. Thanks for stopping by to check out my video here on Arena Hacks. On my channel, I like helping all the new players and a little bit more experienced players too build their collection, the digital collection more specifically, here on Arena Hacks. There's lots of great ways that Wizards of the Coast has incorporated into this program for us to get free cards and free rewards, and I like sharing all that with people and teaching what I've learned and how to unlock all those and get all those free cards and free rewards and stuff. So if you're into any of that, please hit the subscribe down in the bottom corner, and also hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Also hit the thumbs up if you like bacon, right? Hit that thumbs up. Anyways, getting back to today's deck, or getting on to today's video. It's been a little while since I've done an Innistrad video. I did do one with werewolves when it first came out. That was about a week ago. And I've been really busy lately with my beginner's guide stuff, so I've been focusing on that a lot. I've been playing around in this account with some Innistrad stuff for a bit here. But yeah, like moving on next, I think the next most obvious thing with Midnight Hunt, something that goes bump in the night, would be zombies, right? Werewolves, of course, is one, but zombies is another big one. So this is a zombie control deck I put together. It's mono black control with a pinch of white. I know it'll be a pinch of white. We'll get to that. But it's mostly mono black control and zombies with zombie tribal in it. So there's a hint of aggro with it too, because the zombies can be pretty aggressive in this deck if they line up properly. Other than that, you're going a really control route until you can line up and get the zombies you need to really put things together. So let's go through some of the old cards here. Blood on the Snow, I mean, board wipe, you know, just, yeah, and recursion. This is our only graveyard recursion too. We don't actually have ways of getting our own stuff out of the graveyard to recast them, except for Blood on the Snow is our only way of doing that. Kaya is a bit of protection. It seems like Kaya, whenever you just play her and she hits the field, the opponent just scoops, and you don't even get to, excuse me, get to do anything. But yeah, those Ghost Form counters are amazing if we put it on a non-token creature and then we sack it to our Deadly Disputes or Village Rites, which is how we get our card draw, right? So then we get our creature back and we can play it again and sacrifice it to another one. And we also got powerful removal with that exile, that -3 exile. And if we can ever get to that ultimate, I mean, they call them ultimates for a reason, right? It's pretty much just game over. Cast a legendary spell from your hand or graveyard or from one card you own in exile without paying its mana cost. So no matter where we don't have much legendary in here, but a little bit. So that -7, that ultimate would be definitely pretty handy to keep getting our legendary stuff back. Draugr Necromancer, really good thing about this is with all the graveyard shenanigans that are going on here, this guy shuts down Disturb, because whenever a creature dies, a non-token dies, it gets exiled instead. So they can't cast that Disturb cost from the graveyard if it's not in the graveyard, if it's in exile. So Draugr Necromancer is one I've really been warming up to lately, because it shuts down a lot of those graveyard shenanigans. When their creatures don't ever go to the graveyard, they just go straight to exile. So that's really cool, and we have the opportunity to take control of those creatures too, to recast them from our opponent's exile using snow mana, or as you may have already seen with some of the things I've gone over, we got Deadly Dispute here with treasures. Treasures make mana of any color we need. So this guy with snow mana making any color we need for the exiled stuff, great. We're taking our opponent's win con and using it against them. We got Feed the Swarm, Flunk, and Power Word Kill. 2 copies of each for 6 removal spells there. There should be another 2 somewhere else. Oh right, that's in the new cards right here, the Infernal Grasp. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 removals there, with 4 board wipes, being 12 removal spells in total. Right, Feed the Swarm helps us deal with enchantments, those pesky classes that people keep getting, a Paladin class, ugh, Cleric class, ugh, right, Flunk, it's not the greatest removal, it's kind of another one of those situational ones. It's very powerful at instant speed for 2 mana, however, if your opponent has a really good card draw and their hand is nice and full, it's a completely useless card, it's totally dead, right? That rarely ever happens. We usually can make pretty good use of Flunk. That's why there's only 2 copies. That's why there's only 2 copies of all of these, is because they have specific purposes, but there's going to be times when these cards are dead and they're useless to us, right? So very few copies and a nice variety of 2 mana removal spells here. So we also got 2 copies of Power Word Kill. Again, it's just limited. If you go up against the wrong type of deck and somebody's running all angels, all demons, or I haven't seen a demon angels. What's the other one? Dragon. Dragon's another type of deck that people will do lots of dragons. I haven't seen a lot of demons or devils, but they are out there, and it's annoying if you need to kill them and you can't because this is all you got. So that's another reason why there's only 2 of in here. And then for Infernal Grasp, one of the new cards, the only reason I have 2 of those in there is because we really don't have much of any life gain, if any at all. I'm trying to think here. I don't think we do. Life gain? We know we don't have a sideboard, no learn, so yeah, no life gain. Yeah? Yeah, life drain with Feed the Swarm, right, already, and then we got more, another loss of life, 2 loss of life with Infernal Grasp, which is why there's only 2 copies, because we don't really have ways of regaining our life once we lose it. So we really we value and cherish our life. And moving on to Shambling Ghast, another zombie. Pretty straightforward. Everybody knows this guy. He's really freaking awesome. Really great sacrifice target. Like I said, he is a zombie, so when we have one of our new cards, Champion of the Parish, on the battlefield, whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, this guy gets a +1/+1 counter. So Shambling Ghast is really great for that. You play this guy out, play it a Shambling Ghast, this guy gets pumped up, and then you sacrifice your Shambling Ghast for, you know, whatever you need to. -1/-1 on your opponent's stuff. Whatever. Rotten Reunion. There's only 2 of these in here because these are great sacrifice targets, but they can't block. So the whole idea with this control theme is to have a Shambling Ghast, or to have, what else do we like sacrificing that's not a token? Ooh, everything else we like sacrificing is actually either token. It's either Shambling Ghast or the Decayed tokens that we like to sacrifice in this deck. We can sacrifice treasures with Deadly Dispute if we get them as well. But either way, I find the Decayed tokens, because you can't block with them, they're good sacrifice tokens, but they're not the greatest. So that's why I only have 2 copies of in here. This also has Flashback, so each one of these can be cast twice. And the idea is the whole thing is I don't really want to cast it just to get a Decayed zombie anyways. What we actually want to cast it for is, because it's instant speed, we want to cast this when our opponent tries to do graveyard shenanigans, when they try to replay a spell that has Decayed and transform it, or if they play, there's some awesome creatures in the new standard these days that when they enter the battlefield, you can get 1 or even 2 creatures with converted mana cost 2 or less from the graveyard right smack on the battlefield, which is just brutal. So it's like when our opponent does that, we wait for that to happen. And then at instant speed, we cast Rotten Reunion, we exile whatever card's in their graveyard that they're targeting. They lose all the value of trying to get that card out of their graveyard, and now they're not getting it. So they're losing all that value of what they're trying to do. And we get a nice little token to sacrifice, all on top of it, icing on the cake. So that's why this card is really good, but we don't want many copies of it in our main board, because it is fairly situational, and we do end up sitting on them for a while before we get around to casting them, unless we desperately need that zombie to sacrifice. The other thing is, too, when the zombie enters the battlefield, when you cast this, Champion of the Parish gets a +1/+1 right there. So if somebody's about to kill or do damage to Champion of the Parish, and we have this sitting in our hand, there may not be anything we're too crazy about exiling out of our opponent's graveyard, but as long as they have something, we are taking that and denying them that in the future. So there is that value we are getting there. And we're also increasing our Champion of the Parish. So if our opponent's doing damage to him, we can get that extra +1/+1 counter to help him survive, all at instant speed. I think it's the fact that this card is an instant. This is the only reason why I actually ended up liking it. I thought it was a bad card at first. I don't even know why I was playing around with it. I just wanted to, I don't know why. I was experiment with the new cards. And it was when I was in a moment and somebody was bringing a creature back, and I had the mana to cast this, and it was sitting in my hand. I was just like, wait a minute, I can exile it. Okay. And then the lights went on. I'm like, this card is actually a lot better than it appears at first glance. Anyways, that's my thoughts on Rotten Reunion. I know that was a little long explanation for one card in the deck, but I had a long story. I had a good experience learning about this card and how it works and everything, so I wanted to share that. Already talked about Infernal Grasp. Next up is Yadar or Jadar. I think it should be Yadar. It should be pronounced like a Y, I think. The J, I don't know. Ghoulcaller of Nephalia. This guy's really sweet. If you don't have any decay tokens, then at the beginning of your end step, you get one for free. So again, that's another guy that pairs really nice with the Champion of the Paradish. So every turn, you attack in with with your 2/2 decay token, it dies, you have no more left, you immediately get one on your end step. Even if your opponent has like a 5/5 to block it, right? You know it's going to die, you don't care, you just need it dead so that you can create a new one, so you get another +1/+1 counter on your Champion of the Paradish, right? So you just get this cycle. People hate Yadar. When I get this guy on the battlefield, people always prioritize him, like get him gone, because I just annoy the out of them when I have this guy on the battlefield. Get out of here with your stupid decayed tokens. This is how my opponent ends up going. But anyways, moving on here, Tainted Adversary. That guy is really awesome for pumping up our Champion of the Parish when he enters the battlefield. If we have enough mana, even enough mana just to pay that once, meaning that's a 5 mana total. We're going to get 2 tokens. This guy's going to get pumped up +2/+2, 2 +1/+1 counters, so +2/+2 overall. Right, we're going to have all these sacrifice tokens / creatures to attack with. You know, I got lethal one time by attacking with, I don't even know which other creature. I had just a creature and then a decayed token, right? It was the only creatures I had, and I needed, my opponent had 1 health. I just needed to get damage through. So because of that decayed token, I actually was able to get the damage through. Attack with both. He only had 1 blocker. Game over. Gisa, this is like extra copies of Draugr Necromancer, only 2 of them because she is actually legendary where the Necromancer is not. She kind of has the same effect. Whenever a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. The sick part about this is that if you're up against, you don't see a lot of Witherbloom lately, but I use Witherbloom as an example because of the pest tokens, gaining a life when they die and all that stuff. They're not dying. See, this guy just says non-token creatures an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. This just says if a creature an opponent any creature, exile it instead. So if their token has some kind of effect when it dies, they're not getting that effect anymore with Gisa on the battlefield. This is another card that scares the crap out of people. When I get this on the battlefield and then I start using my removal and stuff like that, they get exiled, and then you see the card go underneath Gisa, and opponents always read it. At the beginning of your upkeep, put all creature cards exiled with Gisa, and you put them on the battlefield. Wait. Put all creature cards onto the battlefield under your control. They gain decayed. So you can't, if they have really good abilities, you can't attack with them because you want them to stay alive so you can get that ability and get value out of that. But for the most part, it's like, yeah, you're getting to just take all your opponent's stuff. Can you imagine like exiling like a big haste creature, like a big green froggy myth or something? Not that big, I guess, but it's still a free 4/4 that you get to, with trample, you get to swing in with, and it dies at the end and whatever, right? Or you can even exile, take your, take your opponent's creature and sacrifice them then. If we don't have any creatures we're willing to, we can get our opponent's creatures with decayed, and if it's a good attacking creature, then we might as well just sacrifice it for our card draw and stuff like that. So that's the deck. Let's go take a quick look at the stats here, not the name here. So 24 lands, not that high of card, 2.5 average. And yeah, we've got, what, 4 Blood on the Snows up here for 6. 4 mana. What costs 4 mana in this deck? Oh, this is the 2 Necromancers and the 2 Gisas. That's what these are. I don't know what that one is. That's Kaya. And yeah, our entire deck after that is just 1s and 2s, which is crazy how little we get these. Mostly the creatures. We see these spells all the time, but it's these creatures down here we never see. Yeah. We do have a lot more non-creatures in the deck, but that is okay because we just, you know, this creates creatures. It's a non-creature, but it creates creatures, and, you know, we got stuff like that. Yeah, so let's get to some gameplay and see how it goes. Wow. The shuffling continues to astound me. I think these two lands are the only two lands in the entire deck that are guaranteed 100% of the time to be tapped when you play them. Other than that, I have lands like the ones where if you have so many other lands, the new ones, there's so many other lands, they come in untapped. Or is this... Oh no, wait. That would be Snarls, not the new ones. It would be Snarls that I have in here. Because black, yeah, that's Silver Quill, which would have been a Snarl. Do I play both of these guys? Or do I play one of these guys and a Shambling Ghast? I think that's the way to go. And then this guy comes later. And now they fry him with some kind of fight spell? No? Or, I guess they could have normal black removal. They do have black mana. So if they want to attack again with their Shambling Ghast, we can just block their Ghast with our Ghast. But they're going to Village Rites it. Possibly -1 our Ghast. That's weird. That is weird. Thank you for the ramp. Do they have something for him? Because it looks like they do, or they might, but maybe not. Ooh. This, I say we hold this back in case we lose this guy. This guy, Jadar, goes really this guy with this guy, this guy, this guy. You guys can keep up with what I'm talking about? Champion here and Jadar. So Jadar and Champion go together really well because this guy just pumps out zombies. Ugh, but then he dies so easily to this thing. Throw down a Shambling Ghast. This guy will get bigger. Then we attack. So if they block, they won't be able to kill this Champion here, right? They can kill our Ghast. If they go for our Ghast again, though, I don't want another treasure. I want to draw cards. So we're going to draw cards now instead. I would have loved to have played Jadar, but we're gonna get some cards. And still make another treasure anyway. 2 treasures, right? Because he's still dying, right? Yeah. We can actually play this guy. Do we want to? We have 6 mana. If we after we play this 4/5. Yeah, let's do it. It's just a more aggro play. And then this guy will get another counter on the end, our end phase because of this. Okay. But we had to kill their Ghast first before playing Jadar because... But he still, even Jadar would have only created this zombie at the end phase anyway, so we wouldn't have had that counter during combat with our champion. So yeah. We got a pretty good attacking force next turn, unless they can kill something. What's this one that makes a creature thing? And tap land you control. Becomes a 3/3 elemental haste menace until end of turn it's still a land. Nah, I was worried they might have something like that. What did they do though? Because I didn't see a land become a creature. Did they plus her or something? Is this planeswalker or just creatures? Non-token creature and ice counter. Okay. Do we go for health or Nissa? I say we probably go for Nissa. What's the -5? You may put a creature card in. Yeah, we should probably get rid of that. Or at least keep her loyalty down. Do we activate Haven? Or do we play Necromancer? Let's try playing Necromancer. So that way, any of the removal that we get from now on, we can exile their stuff. And all that fun stuff. And we'll hold that treasure token for now. Because with this land on the battlefield, when we are allowed to do it next turn, we will have 6 mana then. And that's why I want to hold that treasure. 6 mana is kind of like our thing. It's like if we have 6, we can make 6. We can cast our most expensive spell in the deck. Right? So 6 is like, that's our sweet spot. Plus up, did I untap target land? You may have it become... Okay, so they're just choosing not to have it become a creature. I'm like, what are they doing with their Nissa? They're not plussing it up. Didn't it take 3 damage last turn? And it was at 5, so it went down to 2. How did it get up to 4? What? What does it enter as? Enters as 4. They plussed it to 5. I did 3 damage to it. Am I forgetting something from last turn? I attacked with a decay in this guy. Which means it would have been... What? Put in the opponent's hand. Do we want to give him another one of these, or do we want to let him destroy something? We need our own removal, like, really. Like, it almost doesn't even matter. Yeah, we can't attack in because they're huge. We need our removal. What would they hit with their removal? Probably our Necromancer, so that's fine. We have another one. Yes! So how do we do this now? This will take 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we can still tap the Faceless Haven for the Grasp. Yeah, that looks good. And then next. Faceless Haven goes for Nissa, they go for Face, you go for Face. You know, you get in there too, because we're gonna kill this thing here. And now we're gonna tap it for mana. Use that there. You have to declare attackers first, then you tap the Faceless Haven for mana, or else it'll be tapped before attacking and then you can't attack with it. So attack first, and then instant speed, tap it for mana and play your spell. Opponent's at 10, so we're looking good there. We did take their Burning Rune Demon, which we can cast after we get another Necromancer, if it stays on the field. This time I think I might try casting Champion again. That's going to give him another growing threat to deal with. And we have 5 mana, so we can actually cast both of these without sacking that treasure. Although a 6 land would be nice. I don't know if I want to draw it now. Ooh. Ooh, we don't have to use our mana for this either. And then we can put a ghost form counter thingy. If I see any haste, I don't see any haste from them. They could remove our Planeswalker, our Kaya. Non-chosen, whenever this creature dies, so we can still get a ghost form counter on this. They have 2 cards left. Let's give it a try. Let's see what we can do with it. Oh, okay, I suppose all we needed to do was cast Kaya, and that was good enough. I guess their 2 cards in hand weren't that great. I don't know, I see 2 cards in hand. That scares the crap out of me. What are those 2 cards? Like I said, this last week has been like, those 2 cards have always been amazing. Like, the showstoppers, like total game changers. I think I've got the game, and then those last 2 cards in my opponent's hand, just like, wow. So, casting Kaya, I guess that's pretty scary. I guess it's okay. I always prefer seeing like low mana creatures and then something to sacrifice them to, but not like this low mana creature. These are good creatures we don't want to sacrifice. And I only have 2 of each because, you know, I want my low mana creatures to be things that I am willing to sacrifice. But it's okay, we don't have any other sacrifice stuff yet. So, a couple extra lands is not terrible. Do we go this way? And then maybe feed the swarm here later, try to see if they can invest mana into it? Yeah, let's just go this way. We get a zombie in the field. This guy gets pumped up, so we attack in. I like that picture. It's like a very simple pose that the guy's in, but it just looks so spooky. The whole background, the house, like his rib cage showing, like, it's so spooky. Okay, now we're getting a little bit too many lands here. We can, you know, we can get something else every now and then, maybe. Yeah? I love that. A little something different. Yeah. So let's see what they play. We got Feed the Swarm on deck. Who do we go for first? Gisa or Necromancer? Well, we have 5. This will be 6. We have 5? No, we have 4. This will be 5. We're 1 away from this. Let's throw Gisa. Oh, if we played Necromancer, or Necromancer, whatever, this guy would have gotten pumped up 1, because he's a zombie. She's not a zombie. There was a board wipe. I thought something like that might be coming. And there's our sacrifice shit. Like, great timing. See what I mean? Like, how can I not believe that there's something, there's something going on behind this program? Like, how can I not believe that when things are so perfectly timed out? We're denied our sacrifice literally to the second it's too late. Like, that is too perfect. I very rarely see things working out that perfectly on actual cards. It's like almost never. Almost never. Well, let's attack in. We got to keep their health low so they don't draw cards with their elixir. And then, I guess, I don't know. We got to get rid of this because they're gaining 3 life with their elixir every turn. So we got to get rid of that. And if they play any kind of exile effect or anything scary like that, we've got Blood on the Snow. And then we can bring Necromancer back, which then allows us to start playing their creatures. Anything else? Jadar. Oh shoot. I don't have enough mana. That really sucks. Can we race them? I don't think we can. They can double block here. Yeah, their Valkyrie will gain them life, so we don't want that. We need something else, like just anything other than this and land. Anything you see here, we need anything else. Literally anything else. Anything else in our entire deck will probably work right now. Well, actually, no, a land would be pretty good too. We could Blood on the Snow then. Actually, yeah, we do need a land. This is what we don't want to see more of. At least we can get some card draw with this. We definitely won't be able to like do anything with it. 1 mana for this, 2 mana for that. That's 3 out of our 5. We'll have 2 mana left and a treasure, so 4. That's still not too good. Well, we need something to sacrifice, so let's ditch this. Hopefully get something worth something. Not really, but whatever. Let's try. At least we can Blood on the Snow next turn for 5 snow mana, which will get, I'm pretty sure, anything. What do we have in here that's 6? I think Blood on the Snow is the only thing in this deck that's 6. That's bad. How much are they sinking into that? They can only do it once. That's still bad. Still take 4 damage in the air, right? Because we gotta just block the one on the ground here. And we can actually, since it's not gonna trade, we'll just Deadly Dispute, get more cards, auto pay, and we will get that treasure back. So we'll still be able to cast our Blood on the Snow. And now we can do it without using the treasure. Or do we play this, and then we can sack the treasure for the Blood on the Snow, and then we still got Kaya, and we can play Kaya without treasures. I like that idea. Let's go that way. I just like him better. I mean, Gisa's a new card and everything, but it's just like, this guy's just better. And look at that. We had Valkyrie sitting in the exile with an ice counter, and I completely forgot about that. So just by bringing this guy back, it's like, oh, we have access to this card. If Gisa exiles cards, Then when I get her back, it doesn't really do anything. Like, it's just like, oh, that's it? That's it. Do our own thing here. We won't be able to do Kaya then. Maybe that's okay. Let's still keep building up our mana so we can cast this big Blood on the Snow. So we got 5, 6, 7, 1 shine. We got it right here. Let's attack in. I doubt they'll block. Get some damage so they stop drawing cards with this. Do we have any way of killing artifacts? No, we don't. Feed the Swarm only does enchantments. Ugh. I don't know. Go this way. Now we have enough mana for either Rotten Reunion or Infernal Grasp. That's really bad. Alright, well, let's let them do it. It's actually not too bad. They must have forgotten about our Rotten Reunion, because... Oh, they get 2 cards? That's ridiculous. That guy's really good, so we get rid of him. They only get their 1 card back. I think, do they got, when it enters the battlefield, the opponent controls more lands than you? We don't? They have 7, we have 7. We don't control more. That is true. We do not control more. Owner's Hand. No, we want that for us. So we can put that on our own Necromancer. Necromancer, whatever you want to call it. And we can Infernal Grasp something in the air. I don't know what. And then just attack in with everybody. Yep, let's do that.
If you want a job done,
Spirit. Oh. Didn't that happen in one of our other games? I'm sitting here, gears are turning in my head. I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna win. I finally cast the Kaya because it's like I'm casting Kaya anyways, but I'm like, how are we gonna use Kaya to win? As soon as Kaya hits the field, opponent scoops. Like, just cast Kaya and you win. Apparently that's all you need to do. This is the kind of starting hand I like to see. We got something to sacrifice. Card draw. We're on the play. I feel like that's been a while since I've seen that. Go like that so we can get this out right away. And then we can Sinkhole, hold up Village Rites for our Ghast. Attack in. Put that off to the side because it's going to be a while. Now we have more sacrifice food for the other thing. What do you call it? Do we go? We do have Deadly Dispute. I say we Village Rites now because we do have Deadly Dispute. So we're going to create a treasure with our Ghast because -1/-1 does not kill Kalain, unfortunately. That kills Kalain. Very much so. Let's see if we can get him in the graveyard first. Before using that, we can exile him then. And then you have another target for Deadly Dispute. So let's just end our turn and see what they do. They might throw treasure down to get something nasty out. I just realized, nah, no, I can't. Okay, they're not using a treasure on it though. Do we maybe want to... do we want to kill that thing? Or their Kalain? Ooh, that's a tough call. Shoot. I don't know which one I want to kill. I should kill something. Let's kill their Kalain. They're going to get big, scary stuff. If we leave Kalain with treasures on the field, oh my god, they can play like a... If they play a land next turn with these 2 treasures, they could have a 6-mana, 6/6 red dragon that does 4 damage immediately on entering. We don't lose 2 life this way. They get some card draws, but we don't actually lose life for our Infernal Grasp. And then let's exile their Kalain now. Get that. Ooh, another one. Nice. Thank you. I thought this card was kind of garbage at first, and then when I realized that you exile stuff like that, instant speed like that, there was one game, I don't know if it's in this video, but against an angel that brings creatures back, and I was able to exile them instant speed. 2, and then we can play 3 once. Dang. Do we do that? Get a lot of those tokens. Let's go. Yeah, let's go that way. Auto pay once. Get a thing. No attack because they can just block it, and then he dies anyways because of the decay. Don't have any mana open because we sunk it all into playing our Tainted Adversary. Oops. Oh well. So we can't do any of these things instant speed, or Deadly Dispute, but we can dispute our decayed tokens at some point. Get some card draw, another treasure. Another freaking merchant. Disgusting. You can sack 2 treasures for mana and then use the ability to sacrifice your other Skullport merchant. Ah? Ah? You should attack into my Death Touch, no? No? Worth a try, right? Well, this is kind of, yeah. Do we just want to attack with everybody, knowing that they won't block, what's the thingy? This guy? And then we can sacrifice one of the ghouls that he does block. He'll block 2. Is that worth it? Well, we can do 3 mana to activate this. We'll still have mana from itself and another one for Deadly Dispute afterwards. And then we just attack in with the Adversary and the Haven. Let's go that way. Get some aggression in here. They do have the 2 treasures they can sack for something. Taking all the damage. Okay, so that's a pretty good swing there. 7 damage. I was going to say 8, but 7 damage. He remains untapped, so we can save this for later, because if they have removal for our Tainted Adversary, we can dispute that instead of one of our tokens. It's probably the smarter way to play it, and then we'll also have mana up for our exile or our Rotten Reunion in the graveyard, just in case that's something we want to play. So it's still untapped over here, so we still have mana from it. Ooh. Oh, that's bad. Can't block it, can't do nothing. Keep going, I guess. We'll wait till the last minute before we dispute. Because, you know, just in case we want to cast something else or do something else. So they have 3 treasures that can get them 6 mana because of Goldstrand. Now we really need removal again. Actually, well, yeah, again. We do have board wipe. Not enough mana for it. Either mana or board wipe, please. Or, I mean, well, we get treasure out of this. That's board wipe material, yeah. Because we need to kill that Goldstrand. We need to kill it right dead. That might work. How many cards I got in hand? 4. This will do -3. Not enough. Not enough. So let's just attack in with everybody first. Who do we bring back out of the graveyard, though? We have nobody good in our graveyard to bring back with Blood on the Snow. Maybe we do our Adversary? That sucks. Not terrible, I guess. We have nothing to sacrifice our decayed tokens to, so I might as well just go all in here. They do have treasures, though. I keep forgetting about that. If they take a card out of their hand, so if they go to cast a spell, and they take a card out of their hand, that means they'll only have 3 cards in hand, and then, yeah, -4/-4 for Flunk. So yeah, that's kind of expected that they would block that way. They might be suspecting a board wipe at this moment. I don't know. Who do we bring back? Yeah, we got to bring back the adversary. That's really the only thing that makes any sense. Oh, we don't even have to sack the treasure. I think, yeah, I probably drew a mana, didn't I? I was relying on the treasure before my draw step, but I must have drew into a mana or a land. They have still, I get that 6 mana they can do for something. And they have something, so what are they doing? Bouncing that back to their hand, or what are they doing? What are they doing? Okay, so they're getting value out of their gold span. Understandable. Yeah. Too bad we can't pay the thing on it because we used too much mana already. But we'll hold that treasure for a Rotten Reunion. Maybe they have some kind of recursion for Goldspan. Maybe they have their own Blood on the Snow, and they're going to Blood on the Snow and bring their Goldspan back. 2, 4, 5 lands, 6 lands. Ah, Assistant, it says right up here. Or they go that way. That's also not nice. Flunk will hit that, though. And then we should have lots of mana to pay his ability, too. I'm hoping they're going to go for some kind of recursion for Goldspan. They're dissolving that? Alright. That's just too bad. Do we use it now on their gold? Nah, it's 1 mana. We have 4, 5, 6. Let's hold it up. And there's more mana, which is not terrible. 4 cards in hand. Flunk is -3/-3 on the cube. Let's go like that for an attacker so we can get some damage in. And then we will still be able to flunk and perished. Yep, I think that's good. Smash. And then we still have 1 in that treasure, 1 left for Rotten Reunion. Oh, we still have the thing over here, the Faceless Haven, so we can actually flashback Rotten Reunion. Which I actually kind of like. Like the sounds of that. 1 mana is always easier to hold up than 2. And I forgot about Faceless Haven and the Vigilance, so yeah, let's use that flashback if we have the opportunity / need to. That kind of sucks. It's not as bad if they don't have creatures to sacrifice with it to give it indestructible, but we also don't have removal either. So removal would be really nice on that next draw. Yeah? Should we do this Rotten Reunion? No, let's just keep holding them. Yeah. That sucks. We really, really need to take care of that Immerstern Predator somehow. We had 1 board wipe and 2 spot removal. So we only have 6 more spot removal and 3 more board wipes. Only. Go this way. They have to use Immersturm as a blocker because they're just too low on health. This guy gets pumped up a bit. The neat thing is too, because of this guy's ability, we can actually instant speed cast Rotten Reunion, and that gets us a Decayed token, which will give him a counter as well at instant speed. So if they're going to do damage to this guy and it's going to kill him, we can give him 1. We have the mana, we can give him 2. Not 3. I was going to say we can flashback play this one, but we'll be 1 mana shy of playing it in flashback. So that's bad. Yeah, that's why we needed removal then and there. Now it's too late. They're just gonna be able to sacrifice creatures and have an indestructible predator, which doesn't even matter with Flunk. Now that Flunk's out of our hand too, and we only have 1 other in the library. Oh, that's bad. 4. So what are they choosing to do with it? Seems weird with their Predator that they would do a board wipe. They are? You know your Predator's gonna die, right? I'm confused. They killed their own Predator? Maybe they didn't have Orcus last turn and they're just like, yeah, now we go for it? A little confused. Let's splash this back and grab, I don't know. Let's get rid of that gold span. We'll hold on that other Rotten Reunion. That's not too bad. Do we get Reckless and attack? Actually, yeah. That's probably game. They don't have enough blockers. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Faceless Haven for the win. That extra creature. Whoo-wee. Oh, man. Wow. All right. So if we get to cast Kaya, we win, because that seems to be the pattern today. If you can resolve a Kaya, your opponent immediately scoops. It's a pretty good hand. I see removal, card draw, something to sacrifice. We just drew more removal. They didn't play anything, so let's go tap land. Village Rice would be nice, because then we can get our gas down and still have a way of sacrificing it. Or do we go... Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, let's go for it. It looks like they probably have removal. Do we at least get a 1 decay token out of it? Probably not. We need it. We better draw mana, though. That's the big thing. We need another land. So that next turn we can play Shambling Ghast and hold up mana for Deadly Dispute. That's what we really need to do. Oh, they give us card draw with it, though. What do we have for cards, though? 7. And that is not a land, I can't help but notice. That is. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And that is the end of our turn. So, okay, all right. We can use Flunk, but I don't want to. But yeah, we don't want that staying on the battlefield for too long, so let's fry it right away. I know we didn't get to sacrifice our Shambling Ghast. All right. Yeah. If I had some decayed tokens, I'd start sacrificing them to the Hostiles ability. Is it hostile? I always mix them up. A hostile. No, a hostile. Yes, hostile. Aw, I didn't leave him for block. Not that it's got menace anyways. Okay, so you exile that thing. We could flunk. Could we? How many cards? They got 4. It's -3/-3. Let's do it. Flunk-a-doo. And then let's get some card draw now. We're running low. Let's create some treasure. So we got lots of mana for Adversary. And speaking of mana, holy jays. Holy jays. How many times can we do this? Only once. Still need something to play. I can't throw Kaya out there undefended. Or can I? No, we can't. That sucks. Okay, so we only get 1 on this. It's still, yeah, 2 things. And we got 2 treasures, so we can sacrifice them both to cast Deadly Dispute, and then sacrifice a decay token, get a treasure back. See what they go for. Do we have removal? Nah, we gotta sacrifice our adversary. That's who they're targeting, so we just sack it. Wow, with the freaking lands! Are you freaking kidding me? You've got to be freaking kidding me. Okay. Yummy. Our hostile. Nom nom. End turn. We have a power word kill, which can kill an ooze, which is what the cube is. Ooh, hopefully we get this game going a little bit. I kind of have to pee. Come on, opponents. Come on, machine head bear. Alright, zap it with a power word kill. They got some kind of thing. Okay, they're going to sacrifice it for some card draw. So what do we? Do we sack this for card draw? Or do we use it for our hostile? Let's take our turn. I should sack it to Deadly Dispute. Oh my god! We have to dispute it. Because, like... No, wait, we could have disputed our treasure. No, that's okay. So we go 2 mana for this guy, and then we got 3. Not enough for 2. Darn it! Okay, we'll end turn. Hold up Flunk for whatever they might play. They have a big hand, though. That's bad. They have 7 cards in hand now. So if they play a land, then we get -1/-1. Holy freaking lands, though. But this is what we wanted. We cast him. We can do it 1, 2. We can do it 2 times now. Right, so... Unless they have some kind of instant removal here. That's interesting. Yeah, this is a trigger that goes on the stack, and we keep paying it so many times, but it looks like they have the opportunity to stop us right here. Yeah, and they're letting us draw a card. Do we let it get exiled? Or well, no, we're not going to flunk our own thing. This is sorcery speed. Yeah, we can't interrupt the stack, yeah, with the sorcery. So we let that go. We get our card draw at least. We do not get a ton of stuff. Oh, yes, we do. Yeah, I'll take it. It'd be nice if we had this out first. But we drew it because of their Baleful. Man, I need the mana to get a creature, a good creature out, and Kaya in the same turn so I can put a freaking counter on him. Because exiling non-land permanent. Our opponent doesn't have any non-land permanent, except this one. Enters the battlefield with X counters on at the beginning of your upkeep. Exile. Sphere of Annihilation. All creatures and planeswalkers with mana value less than or equal to the number of void counters, and he's got nothing on it. So all of our, on his next upkeep, all of our decayed tokens go away. But I don't think that's too big a deal. Because it is 0, right? That he paid X for. So. I wish I had something to sacrifice these guys to, though. Well, I have this. It's going to prevent 2 damage from getting through, but it's going to get us a little closer to the hostile or the creeping in, which is, you know what, at this point, I almost care more about that than anything else. Let's just resolve that. Let's just transform that thing. Come on. Yeah, let's just do this and attack in.
There's no job too tough for you. Here, let me.
Like that. They haven't scooped yet. First time today. This animation needs to be a little faster. This is kind of like one at a time. You gotta wait for the whole thing to decay, and then they go on to the next one. It's a little time consuming. So they cleaned up my decayed tokens. That's fine. Exile that guy. Cool. Goes back to our hand. And we get that. How are they doing for cards in hand? This is only -1/-1. Ugh. We can still exile it with the Kaya. What does this do? Let's just do it. I want to do it so bad. Let's do it. No, 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 no. Oh, man. I was going to get it creeping in, man. Come on. Come on. Okay. Well, it was good. Okay, so we're back now. Post-game wrap-up. Yeah, I thought that all went pretty well. I mean, the shuffler's been frustrating me a lot lately. Even though some of them I got frustrated, I still won. I mean, you gotta admit it though, like when you're getting that many copies of that many cards for like days and days of playing, like, okay, back to the deck. I liked it, thought it was cool. I actually have fun with it. It's really neat, the shenanigans you get going and the little tricks, and it's, you kind of don't want your good creatures to die, but they're zombies, so it's like, that's kind of the zombie thing, is to die and then come back. Even though we don't have a lot of resurrection, just blood on the snow, it still works out very well. It is very controlled with all of our removal in here. And where is it all? This here, this, and then down there. So we got creatures, non-creature, creature, non-creature, but it creates a creature. So that's weird. Yeah, I was looking at the stats. I just was remembering that from the introduction here. I'm like, we have very few creatures in here. What is it? 6 more non-creatures to creatures. I guess Kai, every time I look at a planeswalker, I see it looks like a creature, because it's like, yeah. I'm like looking at this, I'm like, there's really so few creatures in here. But anyways, as you all saw, it worked out really well. I think it's a pretty fun deck. Fun shenanigans with Gisa and Necromancer here, bringing stuff out of the graveyard, not bringing stuff, taking your opponent's stuff, exiling it too, so they don't get any death triggers if you're up against a mirror or a sacrifice, any kind of black control, really. They go big on sacrificing their stuff and getting value out of that. And if they don't get value because it's not dying, it's exiling instead, like, that's really good with these two guys. And Gisa, you get those creatures back on the battlefield for free, right? Whereas Draugr Necromancer, you actually have to pay their cost and cast them from your opponent's exile, right? A little more powerful because they don't have Decayed on them, so they're a little bit more powerful in that respect. But yeah, like, fun deck. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that thumbs up. Just hit it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all at the next video. Cheers.